Hello students, welcome to the e-learning platform presented by Mechanical Engineering Department of Dr. Bapuji Saloke Institute of Engineering and Technology, Kolhapur. The learning objectives for today's session are: number 1, study of the center of pressure. The center of pressure, when the irregular shape blank is to be cut by the press, the summation of shear forces about the center line of press ram should not be symmetrical. To avoid this, center of pressure of shearing action of the die must be found. The theory of center of pressure and the procedure related to it will be studied in today's session. Second, study of punch and die clearance. In a earlier session, we have had a brief introduction about punch and die clearance. Today's session, we will be having the detail about punch and die clearance and the other clearance that are necessarily provided on the press tools. Starting with center of pressure. When the shape of blank to be cut is irregular, the summation of shear forces about the center line of press ram may not be symmetrical. Due to this, bending moments will be introduced in press ram, producing misalignment and undesirable deflections. So, to avoid this, center of pressure of shearing action of die must be find out. While laying out the punch position on the punch holder, center line of press ram should pass through the center of pressure of the blank. This point is called as center of pressure. It is the centroid of the line perimeter of blank. It should be noted that it is not the centroid of area of the blank. The center of pressure is the centroid oblique center of gravity of line perimeter of the blank. That is, center of pressure is the centroid of line perimeter of the blank, but not the centroid of area of the blank. The procedure to calculate the center of pressure will be studied as follows. The procedure to calculate the center of pressure can be found out by the following process. First, an outline of the piece part is drawn as shown in figure. As shown in figure, a T shape of part has to be cut, so the outline regarding to it is being drawn first. Second, the x and y axis are placed in a convenient position, that is, x and y axis are drawn in a position. Third, the outline of the piece part is divided into convenient line elements and numbered as 1, 2, 3 and so on. The outline, that is the number of lines which represent your part, have been divided into line elements such as 1, 2, 3 and so on. Here the total number of lines that are used are given in gray color, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Total 8 number of lines are used and represented in red color and given with gray color symbols. The next point, the length L1, L2, L3, etc. of these line elements are determined. That is, the length from x and y axis of the line elements are calculated. That is, for the given figure above, we have calculated the 8 lengths as L1, L2, L3, L4, L5, L6, L7 and L8. Next, the centroid of these line elements are calculated. The centroids of these line elements are calculated with the help of the line elements. The centroid has been calculated. The distance, next, the distance of centroid from x and y axis is determined. Let the x1, x2 and x3 and y1, y2, y3 B. The distance of centroids of the line element from x and y axis respectively. The distance of center of pressure from each axis is determined by using the following formula. X bar is equal to L1 x1 plus L2 x2 plus L3 x3 upon L1 plus L2 plus L3, whereas Y bar is equal to L1 y1 plus L2 y2 plus L3 y3 upon L1 plus L2 plus L3, where x bar and y bar are distance of center of pressure from x and y axis. This is the formula for calculating the center of pressure for the line perimeter of the blank. This formula is used to calculate the center of pressure for the line perimeter of the blank. It is not for the centroid of blank area. The value of x and x bar and y bar is the value of the center of pressure for the above given T-shape problem or T-shape cutting operation. So this is the procedure to calculate the center of pressure. It is similar to the calculating the area of the T shape or L shape, but the only difference is here the centroid is calculated is of the line, whereas we calculate the centroid in areas. The next point is punch and die clearance, or also known as clearance. Clearance is the space between the mating members, that is punch and die of die set. For optimum finish of a cut edge, proper clearance is necessary and is a function of kind, thickness and temper of work material. The punch and die clearance as shown in figure. During metal cutting, the shape of punch is similar to the die opening except that it is smaller on each side as shown in figure. This difference in dimension between die and punch, that is mating members of die set, is known as clearance or die clearance. It is applied in the following manner. In piercing operation, where the hole in the sheet metal is to be accurate and the output is wastage, the punch is made to hold the size. The die opening size is obtained by adding a clearance to the punch size. Whereas in blanking operation, where blank is the desired part, the die opening size is the same as blank size and the punch size is obtained by subtracting the clearance from die opening size. C is known as clearance, amount of clearance per side of the die opening. The clearance for various metal are: for brass and soft steel, it is the 5% of thickness; for medium carbon steel, 6% of thickness; for aluminium, 10% of thickness, where T thickness is the thickness of strip or stock. The total clearance between the punch and die size will be twice this value. These clearance are only for blanking and piercing operation. Generally, the clearance is calculated by a relation, that is C is equal to 0.0032 into T under root Ts, where Ts is shear strength of sheet metal in megapascal or Newton per mm square and T is nothing but the sheet thickness. Next is angular clearance. The die opening is given an angular clearance to permit escape of good part from the blank. The clearance angle provided on the die shown in figure depends upon the material of stock as well as thickness. For thicker and softer materials, generally higher angular clearance is given. Angular clearance is provided below the straight portion of the die surface. It is provided to enable the blank to clear the die easily and fall freely out of the die block. If angle clearance is not provided, the punch blank will be remain stuck in the block. So angular clearance is provided for easy removal of the workpiece. Generally, it is 1/4 degree to 1/2 degree per side, but mostly up to 2 degree is provided. The formula to calculate the clearance can be given as: for the blanking operation, as discussed earlier, the die size is taken as the blank size or the workpiece size, and the punch is made smaller, giving necessary clearance between the die and punch. Therefore, the die size is equal to the blank size, punch size is equal to blank size minus 2 times clearance, that is the clearance provided between the punch and die, and clearance can be given as in clearance is equal to S into T into K, where S is the shear strength of material, T is thickness of metal stock, and K is constant whose value may be taken as 0.003. The clearance in case of piercing operation, the equation changes, as in piercing operation we know that the output work is wastage. So here the punch size is equal to the blank size, the die size is equal to blank size plus twice into clearance, and clearance is nothing but again the same formula, S into T into K. The only difference between the punching and piercing operation, in blanking operation, the die size is equal to blank size, whereas in piercing operation the punch size is equal to the blank size. Thank you. In today's session, we have completed the theory of center of pressure, punch and die clearance, angular clearance, and the formula to calculate the punch and die clearance. Thank you.